Hey folks, Deason here. In the Makers Lab here at McKinleyville Middle School, just wanted to give you a basic tour of the lab. You can see there's a lot to it. Seems like a small place, but there are all kinds of different things in here. When you start to come in here soon, you will need to know these basic areas. We usually start on this side. This is the hot glue station. As you can see, we've got hot glue guns that are always on their trays right there. Up on the edge here, there's usually extra hot glue. That's where you'll find it. Hot glue, if you're using it properly, you will not get burned. If you feel like you might get burned on what you're using, you always might want to use gloves or tools to do that. This area over here as we walk into the room is the basic materials area. You can find most of the materials that students are allowed to use right in here. If you're working on a robots or something like that, we have robot bodies, lots of different things for robots. Down here, wheels. This is under the counter on that main area just to the right-hand side of the hot glue station. We've got mouse foam, different types of materials, aluminum, all kinds of different things. Sometimes you have to move a chair out of the way to get to things. Down in here, you'll see that there are some large plastic pieces, rope, twine. When we go up into this section, this area is where a lot of the electronic parts are. So batteries for the day, LEDs, battery holders, motors, any of those kind of things. Drone washers, electrical switches. We have electrical tape in that area. Over here, basic materials. We use a lot of corks. You'll find corks right in there. Pipe cleaners and those kind of things. Mylar. We have some propellers. Skewers, dowels, keyboard letters, 3D printed components, old things like that. We've got speakers, Velcro pieces, straws, all kinds of stuff. Sandpaper is in this area, and if you're looking for wire for a project, you come to this big bucket right here. This section over here is usually for storage of games. Some people are making games, and we store these games over here. Ask before you play them, but sometimes in a Maker's Lab situation, you'll get to do that. This area back here is the supplies off limits area. This drawer right here is allowed for students to get into, and this is where you find tape. Ask me first, but you are allowed to come over and say, can I have some tape? And I will tell you where it is, and you get it into it right here. When you are done with that tape, you want to put it right back in there. We also have some of the other regular tape there. This area back here is the off-limits area. There are materials that you might see that you might get to use, but do not touch them without permission. There's some other things that we use in other situations and for other classes. So make sure that you're asking before you do that. Got the drone cart there. We might get a chance to see that later. And again, just various materials that we're taking apart and using for later, and then other projects that people are working on. This one right here is a very important one. This is the major toolbox. A lot of the tools are in here. Down below you got hammers. Most of the drawers are labeled, so if you wanted wire strippers, files, pliers, scissors, they're all in there. Screwdrivers and wrenches are down there as well. Back in that cabinet, there are a few other things that's basically off limits, but I can get you another tool if you need it. Paper and cardboard is in this basic area. Lots of different colors of paper and types of paper, tag board, foam core board, lots of different stuff you can see right over in here. Over in this section, we have the basic cardboard. If you're looking for a cardboard roll of any kind, here they are. Any of those rounded rolls that could be used for marble machines or something like that, we have that there. This area is the drill charging area. This area here is another hot glue station, and next to it is a workstation. Right in here, we have the tumbler, so we're tumbling some rocks, creating some cool rocks for jewelry and things. This area over here is the station for 3D printed stuff. Our printer's not working right now, but it will be eventually. So we save that area for the 3D printing, and that brings us back to the door. That's the basics of it. One last thing I want to show you. This is the drilling area. This is a wooden bench, and whenever you're drilling, you want to drill on that wooden bench. That's also a work area, and the middle table and the black table in the back is a another one of the drill areas, or the not drill areas, but the work areas. This is the last area. This one has the gloves, the goggles, and the cleanup equipment. Brooms are also in the middle there. So that gives you the basic tour of the Maker's Lab. When you come in, you will want to sit down in a chair. Most chairs will be placed like this, backwards like that, and you can go ahead and sit down and wait for instructions. I usually give you a safety lecture. We talk about what we're doing during the day, and then we go to work. All right, so I hope you got a lot of information from that, and let's take a look at the worksheet that goes along with this. Have fun in there.